car running a little late, speeding normally, okay, with a huge truck in the fast lane obstructing traffic, which is the charge that I'm going to face, for driving too slow in a dark area with two strangers in my car, one of which decided it was a good idea to shoot the cops an alias and had several warrants. And so now I'm trying to get to court nice and safe like, and here's this guy obstructing traffic for real, doing speeds of 80 with a big rig and just refuses to move over. He's doing at least maybe 80 in the fast lane for no real reason, with a big ass rig, knowing damn well a truck like his size with a bunch of trucks on it ain't supposed to be over here. Now you're holding up all the traffic behind me, and here's everybody to witness that. Here you go, his license plate gonna be backwards, but here's everybody in my rear view. Don't give our roads a bad name. Don't let your speed be to blame. Now, if it clearly says if you're not gonna pass people, move the fuck over. Is he passing anybody? No. Why isn't he being pulled over instead of me trying to get two people to a homeless shelter? And now I have to fight a paraphernalia charge of things that were not mine, because I stopped in a corner store in some town where I've never been before and attempted to be nice and give one person a ride. Then his friend gets in the back and I said, hell no, who is this guy? And I even instinctively guessed that he was a criminal, but the door was already open. It's midnight. I already agreed to let the one guy get a ride to a homeless shelter, and now I have to go to court and try to get there as quickly and safely as I can, so I don't get a warrant. The road to good deeds is paved with hell, not the other way around. It doesn't mean you're not supposed to do good deeds. It just means you're supposed to drive like a considerate, decent person, unlike this guy in front of me. At this speed, if his truck goes flying off, it's gonna murder everybody behind us. If he has to stop short, murdering everybody behind him. Because there's no way an SUV or even a regular car can stop at 8 on the dime, unless you're an excellent professional driver who always keeps their eyes on the road like me. My license is literally my bread and butter. I've been a professional driver for over 10 years, from pizza to whatever will fit in my car. Tires. I've never driven a rig like that, but I certainly know if I was, I would stay my ass on the slow side of things. So me getting pulled over for driving too slow on 420 is hilarious. When I was sober, didn't have anything on me, and now I need a civil rights attorney if I want to fight back after I go plead not guilty to these charges. Wish me luck, everybody. Okay, this is what I got to deal with first thing in the morning. Then I'm starting a new job all the way across country in Nevada. I gotta leave my dog, who the police pulled out of my car and left with a stranger in his arms. Was the last I saw her as they carted me off for having a big mouth and rolling up my window. They never said I had the right to remain silent. I never consented to a search. My car was trashed. I tried to upload a video of it to my YouTube from my broken phone. I had a Zoom meeting I missed because of my broken phone. Now I have to drive to court in person with no lawyer and defend myself. I had to get a lawyer. I found a really good guy. Just wanted a couple $100. Apparently preliminary part, but I'm not a criminal, so I don't know that. I'm a little rusty at court things work because I'm an old ass lady who hasn't been in trouble in a long time, like years. I've kept out of trouble by just walking my dog, doing creative activities that my mother keeps tampering with for whatever unholy reason. She gets mad and stays up. Don't toss lit cigarettes. We like cold butts and we cannot lie, is what the sign says. I love New Jersey's sense of humor. Okay, I have no issue with the entire justice system, but for the entire state of New Jersey to be against one little old me, okay, this is how I drive. It's 65. Am I speeding comfortably? A little bit, but look how far I am from the guy in front of me. I'm not riding his butt, okay? There's a way to do it and be a considerate driver and go with the flow of traffic. Everybody else is jammed up in there. I'm not getting that close to these people. And if they start to brake light, I'm letting go of my gas immediately. Okay? I'm not just slamming on my brakes so the guy behind me now has to do that. I know how to not obstruct traffic and roll real smooth. Plus, my daddy helped me get this SUV, and last time I checked, my name is registered. So anything that happens is my responsibility. And I knew that when I gave these two dudes a ride. And I told the big guy in the front, the cops left my dog in his arms with no leash as they searched my vehicle, and all they found was marijuana accessories, which thankfully I'm now allowed to have. And I'm sure they felt real silly finding my Cheech and Chong jacket, my Black and Mild, my pre-roll that I'm allowed to have. So here I am with one cop yelling in my ear to hurry up and get out my car. Okay? He thinks I'm a skinny little drug addict in a super white town in the suburbs in some cornfield. The same type of environment I was told my parents consummated me, their relationship, and had me. Like made me, not had me. My mother didn't give birth to me in a cornfield, but my auntie told me that's where they found me, that aliens dropped me off. And that's starting to sound more true than us letting this big ass truck in now. For no real reason. I got 3 miles left to go. Why is he getting in the fast lane? We would all like to know, truck, what in the fuck do you need to get over here for to get away from this slow ass truck forward? Because he's obstructing traffic. How come he's not getting pulled over for doing 65 or the speed limit, or this big ass truck who doesn't even have a fucking readable plate? Now this guy just cut off gets to get in front of me. So what? I'd rather be safe. My ego is not that big. My heart is. My heart is way bigger than my pride, which is why I'm showing y'all my ugly ass face and telling all my business on my YouTube. I've already made peace with all what's wrong with me, but try to point out what's wrong with me all the time while I'm over here just trying to focus on what's right. Doing right in my life. Gang, gang. Spider-Man, gang, gang. Superheroes and villains. Sometimes we gotta be both on some days, depending on what music I'm listening to. It ain't my fault that I do that. It ain't my fault that my big mouth about to talk me right in and then shut it the fuck up and walk right back out like thank you and have a nice day. Then I'm gonna drive a day and 14 hours to Nevada to go make double the money that I waited almost 3 years from a drunk driver hitting me. I'm about tired of people judging me when their habits, when human habits have spilled into my life and fucked my shit up. And the icing on the cake is that people think I do drugs, okay? I stopped drinking when I was 21. My best friend's parents were drug addicts. I dated a drug addict who also drank, and I almost killed myself over him. My drug was loving him. He had a good heart and a stupid brain, and I watched him turn blue. And the police in Montclair, New Jersey, okay, it really all depends on what town you're in, the way people handle things. All right, now I'm getting on 29 North, and for whatever unholy reason, my GPS is telling me to get over to the left when I know damn well it's to the right, because I've done this before, which is the only reason I'm talking on my live. Although I do usually go south, so I could be wrong, so I'm going to stay in the middle. But yeah, as I suspected, it says left. But look, clearly exit 1B, they changed it. Which is why this guy's jumping over. He's like, oh, wait a minute. My GPS said I'm supposed to be to the right, and he's probably supposed to be on the left. Look, it says go left. It's right here, clearly in front of my face. Oh, maybe not. I could be wrong. It's telling me to stay on here. Make up your mind. Now it's saying 295 south. I'd rather pull over and figure it out than go the wrong way. I'll tell you that much. It's telling me to keep going and get off it. I just want to make sure, because I usually jump off here. But that's when I'm headed to Philly, which is why I assumed I would be going the same way. Are you gonna let me on or not? I'm getting on for 5 seconds anyway. Oh boy, here's a wonderful swamp in New Jersey. Here's Camden, everybody. Whenever I tell people I'm from Dirty Jersey, they say which part of that. Whenever people see I'm from Jersey, they see my plate. They Southern accent. My daddy Well, no, I got Southern so fast. He said don't talk to him like a rapper. Meanwhile, he's been dropping Bible verses on me, okay? Who talks like more like a rapper? My dad, Elmer Fudd, otherwise known as Mahalia Fudd, because he likes gospel, and he called me a Negro. And I've had people call me racist. My own dad said I walk and dress like the N-word. Okay, a word I will never use in my life to describe my brethren. If I say the N-word, it's nagas, which means king. Okay, and if you don't understand Rasta culture or Ethiopian language, just say that instead of being offended that a pale face is when I don't want to call people a word that has so much hatred and ugliness and death attached to it by people who look more like me. Okay, I'll never use that word. I've schooled white boys who are loose with that word, who think it's okay to talk like that around their little friends. Maybe don't talk like that. So for other people to accuse me of being racist, one of my own friends on Facebook who I've stood up for, whose brethren all came against him, and I stood with him as he said that Papa Wu of the Wu-Tang Clan had given his blessing for him to start a food truck movement. And because he didn't want to sell his soul, basically, and go along with some contracts to make more money, he claims that they vandalized his truck. And, you know, I wasn't there, but in the detailed story he had, it sounded it could be true. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt and stood with him, even though we have mutual friends, some of who are, you know, close affiliates of the Wu-Tang Clan. Mind you, I know people that know people. You see Team One name on my t-shirt, okay? His mama gave me this shirt, rest in peace, Team One. If you don't know the legendary Team One from the Artifacts, then you have why I would commit social suicide to go against his own homie who publicly called his mother a bitch on a recorded line that she has on her Facebook. Anyway, the truth about to set me free. I always drive safe, but look at this, my eyes on the road. Am I not in the slow lane? Am I not driving safe? It's 65 here, I'm doing 70. And I told the courts that, and I called them and I said, I'm gonna be late, I don't want a warrant. So I'm being an adult, but I'm a big kid. I was hit by a drunk driver. I'm still traumatized by that. In the middle of nowhere, Virginia, a drunk driver, a demon named Dick. His name was Richard, but the nickname for that is Dick. Now, just because I'm letting y'all see my face, look at my eyes on the road, okay? There's a car in front of me. I will just look over my shoulder, okay? Here's me looking to make sure. I always do it even if it hurts my neck. I always double check before I switch lanes. Okay, people just be weaving the fuck in and out of traffic at all kinds of high speeds. I don't want to be near none of y'all motherfuckers, okay? You go play bumper cars with your own ass live. The way I drive is I watch people do their dumbass shit in front of me, and then I just go by nice and safe at the same ass speed I was doing. I like to be on cruise control. I've had to race all the way to the south, 10 hours to fight a fucking ticket, and ended up having to just catch it and eat it because I hit a fucking parking lot full of traffic where I couldn't go nowhere, and I'm stuck on the highway, and I was about only half an hour away in some little tiny town called Dinwiddie, Virginia. You know, I learned my lesson. That was for speeding and reckless driving. Now I'm being charged with obstruction of traffic on a slow ass road in the dark in a town that I don't know, driving two strangers, one of which, as I mentioned in the beginning of this live, slipped a crackpot in which I had to give fingerprints digitally to a rookie cop who was 20 years old, half my age, who'd never seen Gremlins or the Goonies, and wants to tell me how to drive through a dark ass place when I drive for a living. I have years and years of history. I was an essential worker through the whole pandemic, bringing prescriptions to elderly people when they couldn't see their own relatives during the Rona. That's what I was doing. Sometimes to make like 20 bucks, sometimes to make 80. Okay, in North Carolina. This is what I've been doing all over Jersey, from the dirty South to dirty Jersey and back again. And I always drive safe. Okay, here's me right in the middle. You can see me driving safe. Here's my witness. I have lives where I talk about respecting the police. You also have to give respect, police. When you murder innocent citizens, you can't expect us to all want to be your friend and talk to you about what all going on out here. If you want more community interaction and engagement, show up to our barbecues and dance with our kids. Show us that you're one of us. Show us that you're part of the communities in which you serve and protect, and you're not just here to protect property for rich people. And then we might want to engage more with you. If we all just promise to be real good, maybe we just don't need grown-ups telling us what to do. You're in for summertime sadness if you drive drunk. Okay, I've already had to go through the trauma of now being publicly embarrassed to pick up my own mother, who we've had to reconcile from 30 years of our relationship being broken over a boyfriend. Does she deserve to have a glass of wine sitting in her own crib? Yes. Should she be driving around on New Year's Eve a little tipsy looking for McDonald's and not wearing the adorable sparkly shoes that I tried to give her? She could have just clipped her heels and been home with her fancy heels that I still have in my car right now. Okay. No, we don't wear the same shoe size, but they was a little bit too big for me, and they would have looked so nice on my mama. And I still cry that if she had just listened to me a few times in her life, that things might have gone a little better. Now here's the police giving two people maybe a nice escort, or maybe they're coming to get me. They're gonna pull me over. I'm already pulled over. Did they want to talk to Cheech and Chong about it, or just my legal paraphernalia that I'm allowed to have? If I told you so was a Rasta man, his name would be Uncle Pizza. Mr. Josh, you must be dancing in your grave right now, like legalize it. Hey, would you like to see my court papers? Or should I just roll them up with my Bible papers in a spliff when I walk out of here because I didn't do shit? I need some lip gloss. It ain't my fault. They doing construction. It ain't my fault. It's looking like Avatar. It ain't my fault. I'm looking like Natiri. It ain't my fault. I look like Jake too. It ain't my fault. With and without the mask, it ain't my fault. I'm going blue with no flask. Ain't my fault. About to raspy off the dash. Ain't my fault. Do they want Groot or my Black Panther suit? It ain't my fault. Had to give up my mask to get directions real fast in Baltimore when the cops said no, you better not drive too fast or slow. Do they want mystical or to tickle my pickle? Now here's police on the side of the road. Are we supposed to be pulling over for them? Yes. Is anyone doing that? No. Is this guy pulling over for them? He certainly is. On dash cam, and I need an oil change. What are we doing? Turning on my air conditioning so I can speed back up to the normal speed. You're not supposed to go super slow as you pass police. Just slow enough that if they're exiting their vehicle, you're not like flying past them and their hat flies off. And now they want to come after you. Bitch, this ain't Super Troopers. It's let's all get there safe and alive. We're all trying to walk down this tightrope. You get one day and one night. That's live life like it owes you honey, is what my chihuahua is still screaming from heaven. Ta-ra-cha. Would you like to see him on the dash? Well, I keep my eyes on the road because that's for official use only. Look at this sign. How I'm supposed to report aggressive driving? They ain't clipped the trees. Dial *77 to report me not driving aggressively. Somebody please tell the police how safe I've been driving all the way to court. Alright, where are we going? Right back to where I was too vanilla to be chilling in the millie. That's Millie Vanilli. Rest in peace to that dude. He lip-synced and the world trolled the one guy. I think it was the light-skinned one. There was a dark-skinned friend looking like a Michael Jackson. Got a light-skinned friend looking like Millie Vanilli. And this man took his own life because everybody made fun of him for lip-syncing. Don't pray for me, pray for him. And people that take their own life and don't you know, pay attention to their own inner instinct to exist regardless and keep going, and go into your own bag of inner resilience, and don't let the world take your life from you, because I'm about to cry for fucking Milli Vanilli. Never mind, I want Starbucks, or to stop at Marblehead, or that my dog's not with me right now, the one in heaven, or his wife still left here, and that I might have to drive a day, a full day, 24 hours, with maybe like a 4-hour stop that I'm either going to do all at once as a nap in between day one, 24 hours of driving, and then another 14 hours where I'll give myself another 3 to 4 hour break, either stretched out or all at once. I haven't figured that part out yet. To try to be in Nevada by Sunday morning. I'm hoping they're going to give me one day. Just one day extra to start the job, because it's a contract job, and it's the way it's set up. You don't get to pick the days sometimes with the job I do that I've been telling the whole world about. It's called NOLO. I just landed a contract. Unless they cancel it, and I'm praying they don't, my mother immediately was like, it's not real. I did a 45-minute phone consultation interview for this job with an AI who told me all the nice things that my parents have yet to find the words to say. That it sounds like I've been through some things. A robot picked that up about me, but that I've learned from my mistakes. That I have a great attitude about helping other people, but also trying to lift myself up. Seeing other people in bad situations when you've survived them naturally. I just want to take everybody with me that I can. My dog's name is DJ Digging in the Crates, setting them all free. We're passing through West Hampton right now. I wish I was in the Hamptons. In the middle of this, I'm crying out for somebody to pull a rescue for me, because I was supposed to pull this girl who's a friend of a friend that's known my best friend for 20 years on the internet, but we don't really know her. All we know is she was in a bad situation. She had 2 tiny pets. One of them might still be with her abusive boyfriend who has a gun, okay? And she might need the police to get involved to pull her dog away from him. He might have a new girlfriend. Newport News police. Maybe get involved in that instead of pulling old ladies over in New Jersey who are driving perfectly sober and aren't smoking the weed that some guy I'm trying to give a ride to is screaming out the window, smoke the weed while you give me a ride through this dark ass place. Oh shit, I think I see police. And then next thing I know, we're getting pulled over. After I asked him nicely, stop yelling things like that if you want me to continue giving you a ride to this homeless shelter that my alleged friend is at, who didn't even offer me a place. The whole time I was helping him get in a homeless shelter, one in which I cannot stay in because I have a pet, when I'm going through hard times and fighting with my mom and getting thrown out since I was a minor. Now a truck is jumping in front of me. Yay, as this person passes me. So what? I'm gonna let him do it and then get behind him with his handicap thingy, nice and easy. Now, is he speeding? Yes. Do I care? No. As long as he ain't fucking hitting me, as long as he ain't coming over here with that bullshit or threatening my life, I don't care what other people are doing. Okay? As long as you ain't fucking with me. Is this guy on his phone? Yes. Am I learning how to mind my own business and stay in my lane all day? That's one of my favorite songs. Her name is Stuck in a Tree, and she's adorable. I love her. Check out her page when you get off mine. Her acronym is S.I.A.T. And she is so cute. If you don't know about Stuck in a Tree, she is the most adorable thing. And she has a song called Stay in My Lane. And I'm about to cut off my live and listen to it now after some more mystical. It ain't my fault. Ran Cocos, Dale Rand, South Jersey Woods. Did I do that? Ran Cocos, are you selling cocaine or just leave me alone? Okay, I don't do Blanco Diablo. I've never been interested in that. I'm already flaca fuerte. I'm already struggling financially like most people. Just trying to work a regular job and be a regular person. Did I get fat last night eating every piece of food my mama made and 2 pieces of chicken? Greasy as fuck with no seasoning. Did I put all the seasoning out her cabinet on it when she wasn't looking? Because we like it different and we're the same, mama, and that's okay. I hope she watches this later. Slow down and get out of the left lane. If you drive slow like a sea turtle, it literally says it right there. Anyway, I'm between sweating and freezing. I hope I caught that sound on my live. It's probably backwards, but that is hilarious if you didn't see it. Here's police driving over some sporty car. We hope that he has all his shit correct. I know my paperwork is straight. I know I'm legal. I know they was mad as fuck when they didn't find no drugs. They thought I was trying to hide something. Yes, the fact that I'm old and handicapped and I'm about to pee on myself when I got an officer yelling in my face with a weapon and the other guy's still yelling after I asked him to shut the fuck up. Before the police even pulled us over, I said, shut the fuck up. I told his friend, don't get in my car. If you have warrants, don't get in. He did. And he slipped a crack pipe next to my dog, my daughter, in the bag. Then, the next morning, there's more to the story, okay? He gets back in my car after I get 5 winks of sleep. I wake up to the friend that I brought to the homeless shelter. I try to take a nap in their parking lot after I finally get him there. After I get out of the police station, I have to pee in front of 5 officers standing in the doorway. One of them standing right there. They counted every piece of tissue and made sure there was no drugs in it. Now, I took a drug test in Baltimore because I'm smart and I don't do drugs. Now they can subpoena that and prove that in like a month I willingly took a drug test that showed nothing but marijuana, and they called me over the phone and told me that. And now the badge is on my job saying I passed my drug screen. Everybody have a blessed day. Here I go. I have about 13 more miles to get on the next highway. And I want to hear some music. Here's more police. Here's me driving safely past them in the fast lane. Have a blessed day. I hope they get safe. I call them pop cops because that might be somebody's pops. Plus, I'm a grown-up and the violence never stops. We don't know which side you on, and when you pull up, we don't know if you're going to save us or shoot us the fuck up. So bless up everybody and stay on the line. That's how I walk on this tightrope every time. I'm sweating with the window closed, going out my mind, but I'm perfectly sober and don't want to get pulled over. Have a blessed day, everyone. That's what they tell me when I talk too much. Have a grateful day. I got the diamond in the back, no Cadillac. They looking at the Lioness Judah, no yak. I don't want to throw up. What's that? I don't drink. I just stop and think I might stop the rhyme, and when I disappear, the ink might pull the plug and then start the jet. That's the 18 letter, in case you didn't notice it. Yeah, I represent. This is real hip hop and it's bigger than. Don't want to pull the trigger then. How you figure then? Just going out for my honey with a killer B on the money. I'm a ghost face. Do you want to run with me or be Raekwon the chef? I'ma do it to the death like young dirty bastard looking at his crew like what's next and what's left and where do the children play? Now I'm Cat Williams and Cat Stevens. I don't flex, it ain't time to have sex. My name is Rebecca and I'm catching wrecks in the fix. Do you wanna be blessed or do you wanna unplug your TV set and watch me turn it off? I might start to cough as I go past the Tacony Bridge with the Philly, looking silly. Might be getting illy if I can't roll a Philly with my tobacco. I'm not a crackhead, been to the road and at the cross, that's what I said. I'm still letting it off and I got the cry stolen in the back of my dread. I had to cut it off twice because it wasn't feeling nice. You can get all these beans with no rice. You can get a slice of life with a free cup of ice at the Wawa Temple all day and all night. That's right. You can get the last sweat off my brow. But if we link arms together, we can overcome somehow by any means necessary. What they want. This Billie Jean Ferris Fair, that's a movie there. Or you can get this Michael Jackson. I ain't got no good hair. You can call the other Becky. Get her getting necky. What that hard do while I'm... It's like, hey, peace to you and your crew. Have a blessed day, babe. Somehow. Jetting like a runaway slave. If we all just promise to behave, we'll get there some way. For the last supper, what you want? He's pulling over. You can get this 4-leaf clover. One thing you don't want to get is move, bitch, pull the fuck over, bring the fuck over. How many times we're getting over? How many times I'm gonna rhyme over? It's over. Do you really think about when you out of here? They can catch this from the Bronx to where Vladimir is at. While Russia look like a big ass hat on the stack of Asia Minor of an Asiatic black man. Maybe he's from Japan or China. You could be a hero, be a designated driver, try to do a 90 or 85 on the 95, or I'll just take the back road slider with my skateboard with no wheels. Holy shit, he just tried to kill us all. He slid right in there in front of this guy. Look at this asshole. What the fuck, bro? Now we're beeping at you and flashing you, because what the fuck was that? He literally just slid in here for no real reason. Just at the last minute. Move the fuck over with that bullshit. Now we got your plate, now you're cutting off someone else. Who the fuck taught him how to drive? R57, URB, get a fucking clue. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing, Poppy? Just why? Improve your phone performance. Stop playing with your pickle while you drive. Please, you know? What the fuck? Maybe get some morals in. Bruh, you don't want fucking ICE coming for you, whether you're legal or not. Don't drive like that. What the fuck? I don't want ICE coming for you. I want you to get to your job and not kill me, though. Maybe just leave people right where the fuck they are and slide Puff Daddy down to Crocodile Island. Oh! There he goes with no arms, no legs, and he can't reach that one melting piece of cheesecake on the boat float, tip of the dock of the bay. An alligator Alcatraz. Fuck him and all the fucking all day. I hope you all die. Okay? I'm fucking Samuel L. Jackson Lee staring at you like, yeah, fuck all them perverts and PDF files. Delete, delete, delete. Do not fucking repeat. All them scumbags. Can you slide the fuck off our planet and stop touching kids? What the fuck is wrong with you, scumbag perverts? Meanwhile, they're fucking out with people out here like me for driving too slow through the woods, trying to give two grown-ups a fucking ride to a homeless shelter that ain't got their fucking life. The next day, this asshole who was left with my dog in arms, the one that convinced me to give him a ride into the homeless shelter, then got his friend in the back, real slick like. The guy already opened the door, and I just want to get out this corner store with the one guy. And so I'm like, fine, you're already halfway in my car at this point. The dude looks crazy as fuck. I keep trying to engage him in conversation because he's all quiet and weird, of course, because he's a crackhead. I don't know this dude. So I'm just trying to see how crazy he is and let him know I'm even crazier, bitch. Whatever you thinking about you might be doing back there with my dog, I will fucking cut you. So wherever the fuck this asshole is, I hope he's still rotting in jail, you stupid fuck. You put my whole life on the line for your dumbass habit. I'm about tired of other people's shit spilling into mine. Whether it's my mama, my boyfriend, my dog with her chicken. This guy cutting the fuck in. I know this truck ain't about to run us off the road, bitch. I got 5 miles on this motherfucking road. Okay, you want to avoid highways or tolls or none. You want your route options. I got 32 minutes to fucking get there at 10:30. I already told him I'd be there by 10:45. That gives me 5 minutes to grab a pre-roll then on the way there. Maybe I'll just wait till the court is finished. Maybe I won't. I'm a grown-up with a fucking job, okay? You want to come make $20,000? Go on the internet, get off my page, go to Google Play, open up Whoa, No, Low. Whoa, is your bread low? It must be because you're sitting here on my fucking page. Listen to my raspy freestyles. If you're in the United States of America, you need a job, you can work this job all over the country. They give contracts, they give day work. If you need a second job, it's flexible if you want to pick up deliveries. Some of them you got to pee in a cup for, as I mentioned. Okay, so just don't be a drug addict or give up drugs, clean your system, and go make like $10,000 to $20,000 in a few months. By January 1st, I'll have made a net worth of $21,000 at this job, which isn't enough to be like a millionaire or nothing, but it's certainly a lot better than the 78 cents I've had in my bank account since I came back to my mother's house. For the last month, I barely left my house, her house, I should say, and I've had to rearrange my shit in it about 30, 40 times in a month, and she's done it too. I got little projects going on, and now I gotta just pick up and leave my dog there. And then on one of the weekends, after I set up shop in Nevada and make sure they don't cancel my contract while I'm getting to work on time and not losing my job, once I'm set up there, then I'll come back and get my dog somehow. I might fly and leave the car there and just fly back for the weekend, grab her up once I got the bread to do it and I get a first paycheck. That's my plan. Or I'll have to borrow it from my dad. We'll figure out something. But in the meantime, if anybody could hear my plea and they're listening and you're anywhere near Virginia and like the East Coast side of it, because Virginia's large, if you're anywhere near Newport News and you're willing to make $200, there's a cat that needs to be rescued by the 6th, August 6th. This cat has less than a week for somebody to pull it out of a shelter and somehow meet up with a girl who doesn't have a car but is willing to take a train to meet me at Asbury Park. She's coming from New York, so she's willing to at least, make you not have to meet her in New York City or wherever part of New York she lives in. I think it's upstate somewhere. She's willing to get on a train to get her cat back. And she also has a dog that's stuck at the boyfriend's house that I was willing to just roll up on him with whatever I need to, just the tone of my voice and be like, give the fucking dog back, or we gonna have some real problems. If I gotta bring 10 dudes to his punk ass house, if he beats up girls, I'm not scared of him. I'll go it alone. If she wants to get the police involved so she don't gotta fight her own ex-boyfriend, he's already put hands on her, which makes me want to whoop his ass in the first place. But that's my private business. If that happens, I'll just get on here and talk about it afterwards, like I did with some dude in Philly beating the shit out of his girlfriend on the Super Bowl evening. I just wanted to deliver boxes. God had other plans for me to be there, to stand in the way of that. Some girl living in my old neighborhood, just trying to survive, who offered me something. She didn't even want shit, but to just get out of her situation. And we got her the fuck out of it into her mother's house. It may not be the best situation, but it's probably better than getting her ass beat in a fucking tent. Maybe her mom will at least cut her a break now that she got out of there and had to explain to her how some stranger like me, who is crazier than her boyfriend, went up against him and punched him dead in his fucking face. And he ate it and laughed. And if you don't believe me, you can listen to her entire testimony that night of the Super Bowl. All you gotta do is dig back through my lives if you're that interested in my life and what Wonder Woman does in my spare time when I'm not working a regular job making deliveries. Now my whole life is on the line. Would you like to come to court with me? Would you like to fight the entire state of New Jersey? You know how many times I've been pulled over while I'm already pulled over in the state of New Jersey? That's literally the joke in the Cheech and Chong movie. Except they're smoking dog shit, Labrador. And then they swallow a bunch of mushrooms or some shit. Chong has to go in the court stoned as fuck, still tripping his ass off. I think on acid and shrooms. I don't even remember all what he swallowed. But either way, he started swallowing everything. And now he's in the court talking about, judge, this was vodka. He thought it was water. My plan is to have my dog do that as a joke once this is all free and clear. Anyway, if anyone knows a good lawyer, like Thurgood Marshall style, who can help me fight back my case, I'll have some money to fight it. I might have to leave my job, or maybe we could postpone fighting back in civil rights court. I'm going to need a civil rights lawyer to fight back. First, I just have to get there safe and fight the charges. They're fighting me. But then if I want to fight back for what they did to me illegally by pulling me out of my car, not reading me my rights, separating me from my dog is really the major part of it for me. Anyway, I got to get off on this exit real nice and carefully and cut all these people off while I do it. Oopsie, but we made it nice and easily. Anyway, I got to crack my window. Y'all not going to be able to hear me if I do. But I can't breathe. Welcome back to Jersey, okay? Thank God the South has other things to do. Not like you won't get pulled over there, but the roads are a lot more stretched out. There's a lot less congestion and conjunctions and things like this going on to get through on the way there. I'm about 20 minutes away, y'all. I had to drive over an hour and some change to get back down this town without my little road dog, but she's here in spirit, and she sure is, in my mind, gonna drink the judge's water and spit it out and be like, that was vodka, judge, what the hell? I just wanted a little icy sippy cup. This has been traumatic for all of us. I have bruises all over my legs after being pulled out of my car. I have trouble walking and moving and getting from a sitting position to standing up without peeing on myself. Meanwhile, the cops thought I was trying to hide something. Yes, the fact that I'm about to pee on myself, you got me, and I smoke weed. And I don't know if they're going to try to use my weed pipe that I also put tobacco in against me. That's the only drugs I do, legal things that I'm allowed to have. I wasn't allowed to have them when I was 14, 18, 19, 25, or 35, but now, as a 40,000-year-old woman, in Virginia, New Jersey, Maryland, we're allowed to smoke. The cops are even allowed to smoke off duty. We want them to. So they could be nice and calm and not like fucking beating up their girlfriend, killing themselves, or roid raging. Or there's a police officer in the Asbury area that shot his own wife. Okay, my mother called these people on me. Not in the same exact town, but close enough. He shot his own wife in front of all his fellow younger officers and literally traumatized the whole town. His children that were in the car and a bunch of kids getting out of school that saw him murder his own wife. He hunted her down in her vehicle and then killed her, and everybody watched it happen, and nobody stopped him, and they all knew it was about to happen. They had a history of domestic abuse, and the reason he murdered her is because he was stressed out about having to pay child support. Okay? Meanwhile, this guy's ready to run me off the road. Maybe just stay in your fucking lane, buddy. Okay? ZZ Top. I know he didn't just think he was going to jump in front of me. He literally threw on his blinker and then just made his move. No. You have to wait a second when you have a large rig like that. You're gonna get off. Maybe just stay where you are. Literally, somebody just almost caused an accident while I'm paying attention and looking at the damn road. 17 miles, 20 miles to go. Okay, this is what I gotta do. It's 65 here. I just want to keep right, except to pass on Veterans Memorial Highway. Here we come, Vineland, Glassboro, near the Longhorn, where my cousin used to work, where my auntie Snooky used to live. I was hoping to spend time with my family when I came down here. The reason I even went to this corner store is I hadn't smoked tobacco all day. I'm only human. I go to get a black and mild and a pre-roll and start joking with the guy that I gave the ride to that got me into all this mess with his stupid ass friend. Anyway, y'all have a blessed day. I'm gonna keep it positive and get my head together. Keep it real. If you can't be good, be honest, then you're at least still being good. Peace.